with me, I have Roger and Joie Goninan. Welcome. It's good to have you here today. Joie, when you were 2 years old, you became very sick, didn't you?
Yep.
What happened to you? Tell us.
Well, I had cancer in my kidneys, and I was very sick because this disease got in my cancer, and I got a red foot, and I got black dots in it, and it was getting where it was getting to goosebumps.
Oh my goodness. So when this first started to happen to you, Joie, where did you go? Did you go to the doctor?
Yep.
And tell me what happened then.
He just said, "Oh, you have a big cough," and then after that he took some results, and he said that I had cancer.
You had cancer. So did you start taking medicine after that?
Well, a few years later, yeah.
You did? Okay. And what was that medicine like? Tell us.
It was, you just had to put it in your mouth and then swallow it with any water.
With some water, okay. Did you spend some time in the hospital when you had cancer?
Yep.
So, and when you were in the hospital, what was it like for somebody who's never been to a hospital before? What would you tell them?
It was scary.
Yeah.
Scared.
Was it scary?
Yeah.
What was scary about it, Joie?
That I've just never been there, and I was just 2, and I really had never been to the doctors like that.
Were you with your dad when you went into the hospital?
I was with pretty much my whole family.
Your whole family. You told me that you have 6 brothers and sisters, don't you?
5 sisters.
5 sisters.
And 1 brother.
So you have 7 children, including yourself, in
Yep.
the family. Did they all come to the hospital and see you? My goodness, you must have had a really big room.
Yeah, I had this teddy bear that my friends, everybody signed their names on there that came to the hospital, and now I brought it to show and tell, to tell them.
Did you? Joie, do you remember how long you were in the hospital? How long?
About a month.
About a month. That's a long time to be in the hospital. So, when you were in the hospital, did you get ice cream?
No.
No ice cream? Did you get pudding?
Yeah.
Chocolate pudding?
I don't really like chocolate, so no.
No chocolate pudding for you, huh? Was your mom and dad with you almost every day? Somebody there?
Yep.
Yeah. So what were the doctors like? What was your doctor's name?
My doctor's name was...
Do you remember? That's okay. Was your doctor really nice?
Yes, really nice.
Very nice.
I bet very nice. Because as you said, it was scary, wasn't it? Yeah, and so I bet that he or she, was it a he or a she?
It was a he.
It was a he. He was really nice, wasn't he? And of course the nurses were really nice, weren't they?
Yep.
Do you remember the name of the hospital that you went to?
It was a kids' hospital, and it was downtown.
Downtown, yeah, okay. So Dad, my goodness, here we have this precious 2-year-old who is just brilliant and beautiful, as all children are, and has a cough, she says. So describe to us what happened from that point in terms of what you remember.
Well, she broke out like she had the chicken pox, little dots all over,
Okay.
and we took her in, and I believe that was a Sunday night, and I had just gone through, my stepdad going through cancer. So the emergency doctor come in, he asked the name, we couldn't tell you the name of that doctor. Because
okay.
we've seen probably 15 different doctors. And you ask about the nurses, they're all great.
Aren't they?
To me, they're, oh my gosh, they're underpaid, they're underloved, they're under whatever.
They're angels.
Yes, they very are. The doctors are gifted, they're great people, but the nurses are awesome. They're the ones that make everything work. But oh, it was late in the evening on I believe it was a Sunday, they came in and the doctor introduced this another doctor that came with him and said, this is Dr. So-and-so from our hematology and oncology department. Well, right then, you know, we yeah, it just took the air right out of you. And went through it, and told us that Joie had cancer, Wilms tumor, and the infant cancer of the kidneys, and that they needed to extract her kidney, and they did. And The medication she did 10 months of chemo. She did two different types, and one made her pretty sick. And other than that, the doctors gave her these hurdles this high to jump over, and she nailed every one. She just, in our family, we have a 7-year-old that's our hero.
And we're looking at her right now.
You are.
Yes, we are. And the chemo, was it on an outpatient basis?
It was about 10 months worth.
Okay.
And it was worse than the cancer.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it was worse than the cancer. If you ever known somebody who's done chemo, and to see a 3-year-old going through it is even worse.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
she thought for the longest time that all kids had cancer, and all kids did chemo on Wednesday, got sick on Friday, and started feeling better on Sunday. So yeah, she's an exceptional child.
She is. So Roger, you mentioned that you had just gone through this with your father, and then your precious Joie comes down with cancer. How was the navigation of Joie's illness different from your father's?
About 70 years.
Yeah.
He was 70-something, Joe was 3. You think about her naturally, but it hit her siblings, her brothers and sisters. I mean, it was me and her mom, Pepper. We were trying to help brothers and sisters and her and grandmothers and grandfathers. It was just amazing, and it was so much of it's a blur still.
Right.
To sit back and think of it, and it's all so surreal. And then to have her the way she is today is you don't even want to think about it now.
No.
You want to think about helping more people and finding a cure for cancer, which is huge.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
So we think about coming home, and thank goodness we have Joie. She's back home, and then our life turns into a day-to-day with medicine, with temperatures, with observations about her ability and symptoms and physicalness. How did the American Cancer Society help you out?
Well, I honestly don't think that our family, I know me personally, wouldn't have done it. I don't know how we could have, because right after she was diagnosed, it was about 3 months short of relay, and I had a friend, a dear friend, that invited us to come be a part of their relay team.
Ah.
Yeah, so we went and was a part of that, and we witnessed relay for the first time, and some of the testimonials and the luminary celebration, all that stuff just grabbed you by the heart, and just, oh God, if you've never been to it, go to it. Go to it one time, because you'll never miss it again, and you'll be out there trying to pump and earn money to support cancer and help find a cure for cancer.
Absolutely. So Joie, do you remember the first time that your dad took you to Relay to Life?
Yeah.
So what can you tell us about your memories of Relay for Life?
Well, I was in a wheelchair, just like my friend last year. He was in a wheelchair, and I pushed him around.
You pushed your friend around last year on the track on the wheelchair? You must have pretty good muscles. Let me check this out. Yeah, you do. So you were in a wheelchair on in your first Relay for Life. Who pushed you around the track?
My mom and my dad and pretty much all my brothers and sisters.
Sisters did, yes. So the first year you were in a wheelchair. The second year, were you in the same wheelchair?
I was about to get out of it.
You were about to get out of it. Okay. Boy, I bet you were ready to get out and run, weren't you? Yeah. So are you part of a team for Relay this year?
Yeah.
What's your team's name?
Star Therapy.
Wonderful. So how much money, Dad, are we wanting to raise for this team?
We had a goal of 5,000, and
Good.
I think we're going to fall short some, but I think that's a lot of the economy and things like that. But it's still, any bit helps.
Absolutely. So Joie, tell people who are watching how old you are now.
I'm 7 now.
You're 7, and what grade are you in?
First.
Do you want to say hello to your teacher?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Mrs. Zaylor.
Okay, you get to look in that camera and say hello to her.
Hi, Mrs. Zaylor.
There we go.
Oh, Mrs. Cooper.
Hi, Mrs. Cooper, Mrs. Grote.
There we go. Anybody at home you want to say hello to?
Hi, Sierra. Hi, Trina. Hi, Brittany, and hi, Jessica.
Well, there we go. So, Joie, if there was somebody right now who was 3 or 4 years old and they have cancer and they're really scared right now, they're watching this, what would you say to them, Joie?
I'd say it would be okay.